Steph, Alex, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. We'll get right into questions here. We have 3 hands. Again, if you'd like to ask a question, please use the hand raise function. Jada, why don't you go ahead and lead us off?
Great, thanks. Because you guys haven't had much success there, it seems like this is a big win in a sense, to be able to get out at least with a draw. Can you talk a little bit maybe about what it is for your perspective to get out of there with at least 1 point?
We haven't historically have had good results here, but I think these are results that we didn't get last year. Sometimes points on the road are crucial. I think we had a good showing today. It's unfortunate that we didn't come away with 3 points, but at the end of the day, we're going to be happy with, stealing a point away from home. We kind of build off this and we're able to go back home and potentially get another 3 points. So I think they're just learning curves. At the end of the day, like I said, we played well, and we're going to take that home with us and try to perfect it and improve on that.
Nico Moreno, bringing you off mute now.
Thank you. Alex, this is a RSL team with a lot of firepower up top, Severino, Gomez. How do you feel like you and the rest of that back line held up with what RSL tried to bring in today?
I thought we did well. The chances and opportunities that they had were kind of just, counterattacks, shooting from outside the box. They didn't really have clear chances. Steph came up big on one that they had in the first half, but overall, I thought we were solid. We're trying to perfect this every game that goes by, and you see the difference in how we're preparing, how we're moving within the game. Our back line, along with Steph, we're really making an emphasis to try to keep clean sheets, and this is another one that we've had on the road. So that's our priority as the back line, and we're going to continue to try to do that.
All right, Masvita, go ahead.
Yep. Guys, I got into the call late, so sorry if this has been asked, but if it is, just let me know. Is it hard to find a rhythm in a kind of disjointed game without putting blame on anybody to be able to create more clear chances offensive-wise?
I thought we created enough chances. I thought we had spells where we were having good possession, good combinations, extended possession at times, good little challenges in over the wings with good crosses. We just kind of were missing a little bit that final touch, maybe getting the ball on frame on our when we were pulling the trigger. So, but you're never going to be away from home, especially in a place like this. It's difficult. You're not going to be cruising to a victory. So I think the amount we were able to carve out was pretty decent. I think on a luckier day, on a maybe tiny bit sharper day, we walk away here 1-2-0. But there's tons of positives to be taken on the other side because, like Alex said, we limited their chances, and they have some firepower themselves. So I look at this as a positive result. We win the series 4 to 6 points. They're looking at 1. So this is something to build on.
Alrighty, we'll go to Owen Murray next before some follow-up. So, Owen, you can go ahead and take yourself off mute and ask your question.
You guys talked a little bit about how you dealt with the game, but with those subs kind of that RSL bring on, like 55, 60 minutes, how do you feel like you dealt with them trying to open up the game in that last kind of third?
Yeah, it's difficult when they're bringing players on like Krylak and some fast wingers. So, but I thought our response to that was just as good. I think sometimes towards the end of the game, it's not necessarily the mistakes we make, it's just us chasing the game. We throw numbers forward and then they're on the transition, and then we're running back to try to defend that. So, but overall, I think the response from the back line and even players up above, with the players that came in, we did well. We didn't really allow a clear opportunity on goal, and so we're happy with the play there.
All right, looks like we got a couple more hands up for some follow-ups. So we'll go to Jada Evans next. Jada, go ahead and ask your question.
Sorry, can you hear me now? I wanted to ask you, Steph, if you could talk a little bit more about the getting the shutout. I think now, well, I think you're still in first place for that. I know it's a team effort, so I just wanted to hear a little bit more about that and what you guys were able to do to get that today.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a massive achievement, something to be proud of here, because we historically speaking, we haven't had good results here. It's been a long time since we've had a good result, even a tie, and then especially a shutout tie like that. So it's been really working at home, because I think we've been more dominant at home and more in control. And even though we've been able to get some results on the road, it's been difficult to keep it clean in the back. I mean, shutouts are precious. There's a tiny little slip up here and there, and it's gone. And so for us to come in today and achieve that, that's how you give yourself the best chance to get points, right? If you just can keep a clean sheet. And it's a very simple thing to say, but it's very difficult to do. And so very proud of the guys in front of me. Like I said, I had not much to do, because we kept their chances limited, and I think we had the more chances that they did, but we just didn't have that final quality at the end. But this is good. This is good, and something that I think we should be proud of, and we should build on.
All right, Nico Moreno, go ahead. We got a couple more.
I'm very curious, and either one of you guys can answer this question. When you have been able to win there since 2011, a regular season, what is it about there that makes it so difficult? And does it become mental to the point where you're going to go to Rio Tinto and you kind of work yourself about trying to get a win finally? Or I'm just curious, how is that working, that dynamic with going to play at RSL, and why it's so difficult?
Yeah, I mean, the altitude obviously is a factor, and you show up and you're winded after the first 10 minutes. You got to get over that hump. So there's already an advantage for them. They play at home, and historically speaking, their record at home is almost perfect. They typically win every game at home, so they're just a very home predominant team that wins points there. So coming here is never an easy task to do. But again, they're a quality team. They have quality players. They're well coached, and they offer something different in this place that maybe other teams don't have at home. Their attack is very good. We have players like Krylak, who are one of the better players in this league. And so coming here is always a challenge.
I think generally speaking, in this place, like Alex is saying, with the altitude and with the dry air and with how quick the ball moves, if you don't find spells of possession in the game in the first 70 minutes, you're going to be toast in the last 20, because that's when you're going to be absolutely just gassed, and they bring on a sub that's used to that kind of environment, and that's when you're running into trouble. And so that's why I think we did a good job today. We had spells of possession that allowed us to have them work a little bit more, have us work a little bit smarter, a little bit less. And that's how we're able to get through 90 minutes a little bit more comfortable because of that. And that's, we had to earn that. We had to earn that. That wasn't a given. And that's why I think I'm proud of that.
Alrighty, Owen Murray, why don't you close us out here?
Yeah, Alex, just kind of expanding on the idea of going forward, you're playing with Christian out with two pretty vertical threats in those wing positions. How does that change your, like, how you play and build up how you play, and then how kind of you communicate with those midfielders?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit different, obviously, because every player offers something different. Albert's in the pocket. Typically, he doesn't really stretch the back line as much as Christian or Jordan. But, it's just adapting to whoever I'm playing with next. I think that's the beauty of this team, is that everyone can step in there and provide something different. And then it's just my responsibility to figure out how to best play with them. Today we had Jordan at first out wide, and I was coming into the pocket a bit more than usual. And there's times where it works and there's times where it doesn't, but it's all about the intention. Trying to figure out how to play with your teammates is the biggest factor of how successful you're going to be. So, and I thought today, the first 25 minutes, Jordan and I created a lot of opportunities on that right-hand side.
Alrighty, I think that'll do it for our player portion. Steph, Alex, thank you guys for joining us.
I just want to add I just want to add something, if I can, Matt.
Yeah, of course.
I'm a sucker for a good environment and good atmosphere. I think it was really good today, but I was very upset to see, one of our players potentially go down with a season-ending injury, and just the taunting and the stuff that I heard, very classless. I love a good atmosphere. I love, heckling and all that. I get it as a goalkeeper all the time, but there's a line that was crossed, and I'm upset about that. Stay classy out there. If you support and because we're people, we're humans. There's livelihood at stake. There's careers at stake. There's a lot of things going on, and I was upset about that. I just wanted to say that.